smash the like when he's on the mic. How is everyone doing? Who the hell do I think I am? Big boy rolling in this late? I'm a little behind today, guys. I got a lot going on. Man, you know what? I don't even know what to talk about. We're definitely people are excited. You get to bash ADA. You know what? Bring your A game if you're gonna bash it. Don't bring the same old garbage that everyone's talking about. So I did have to reboot my computer last night, so I'm a little behind the eight ball right now. So I was watching my stream last night again. I watch it one because whoever I'm watching when I watch my stream, I did give some pretty baller advice. It was a tough watch last night though because I'm sniffling too much. I appreciate you guys putting up with that. Other things that bothered me was the lighting. So let me adjust that. I'm taking a look at that. Problem is I have, what is it, like photophagia or something like that? Light really, especially, dude, it's early in the morning. I woke up late today. I woke up at 5 a.m. I know that's probably like, you're just getting to sleep, most of you crazy millennials, but to me, that's late. All right, let me add a little light to this situation. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Not too bad. I get why Tom Crown does this move though. One, you look cool AF, and then yeah, you guys don't, you probably don't realize it. Oh, another thing, I do this too much. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work on that anyway. Oh yeah, you can really get a good reflection though. You can tell what's going on. Yeah, so the problem you don't really notice it when you're not doing this, but having a bunch of light shine in your face is not a lot of fun. We are definitely, so I want to, 2022, one of the big things is patience, finding good things. I want to start figuring out our deep dive templates. I've already started it with Cardano and ADA. This is definitely an open forum. If you bring a good stat, you bring a good pro, you bring a good con, you bring a good whatever, we'll add it to the list. We're going to continue. I just burped, but I kept it within. Again, that was another 2022 resolution. Well, I got to do it again. I don't know what's going on when something goes on when I start talking like this. It just makes me want to burp a lot. All right, so I'm glad you're here, Nigel. I'm ready for you, bro. I'm ready. I know you hate some ADA. I wasn't so sure that I didn't know that Horseteeth was an ADA basher too, but I'm ready. Let's go. Let's freaking go. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on the markets first. DeFi Kingdoms, huh? Harmony 1, huh? Looking pretty good over there too. Harmony 1's up a lot. Harmony 1's up because DeFi Kingdoms. I'm sure me drinking on the mic has set music to your ears too. All right, one sec. All right, in the stock market's on a freaking tear still. It is out. Ooh, Tesla. What happened to Tesla? Tesla was up. The market's been open. I want Tesla to crash. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's going to happen. It's just going to be a little temporary chilly dipper. The stock market looked like it was off to the races again this morning, but actually the NASDAQ just went red. Of course, we got to do that. All right, one sec. One freaking sec. All right, miners looking good, obviously. Well, there I go, saying the word obviously. Obvious to me, because Bitcoin's doing pretty good this morning, all things considered. Gold up about 850. Gold probably the most boring trade on the planet for the last year. You could have made a little bit of money at a certain point. All right, let's pop on over to crypto. What is going on? Bitcoin looking pretty tasty, all things considered. Do I get the Discord? Let's see if El Capo has anything to say. There's a lot of chatter The 10-year bonds going up, and there's been some charts. I think George discussed it. I've seen a few really smart people on Twitter talking about it. 10-year bonds going up. There's usually a really good close correlation between the bonds going up and Bitcoin going up with it. Game of Trades is a dude. I haven't watched his videos in a while, but he gives really good analysis, overall market analysis. Probably some of the better, of that stuff I've seen out there. He's talking about it too, showing the charts. I think Tech Dev or one of those bros showed it too. I don't even have. All right, yeah, we do. Let me get the Discord. We got it going on like Vitalik's mom's got it going on. All right, what's El Capo have to say? Hater, Luna, Noia. Good morning, Noia. I don't know what it is about Noia, but he must be on their team or something, because he's I don't even know what that is. All right, Luna, man, is Luna off to the races again? Plan B, what's Plan B got? He's either talking about vaccines, or he's probably getting on Getter. Anyone else getting on Getter right now? Or is that what it is, Getter? All right, 100 trillion, basically no movement since February. Up or down is the question. Up or down is the question, bro. It needs to be up. You know what I'm saying? Well, Clemente, he bringing any alpha. He's said something about futures. So he's expecting volatility be coming in Bitcoin. Whether that's up or whether that's down, your guess is good as mine. Again, I'm hoping for up. Good morning. Whatever. Open interest. One of my favorite indicators. Signal does not come often, but when it does, you better pay attention. Think we enter a volatility squeeze by end of the month. So he's thinking when it happens, I will let you know, as well as any clues that have me feeling confident about position aggression. All right, so it looks like he thinks we're gonna have a nice little short squeeze coming in. I'm not gonna complain. I'm down for a nice little short squeeze. Not gonna. What's Charles Hoskinson got to say? Rip? No, I don't know who that is. Unfortunately, Rip. Ant-Man. Professor Wilson was one of the greatest scientific minds of the 20th century. All right, traveling. All right, he's going to the CES show. I didn't see our boy Dan. Well, he's my boy because he loves Cardano. I don't know, Dan at C. All right, something capital something adventures. You probably know who I'm talking about if you're a Cardano fan. He's one of the bigger Cardano channels, that and Bitcoin and just technical analysis. But it looks like Charles is going to be on his channel pretty soon. Looking forward to it. Charles needs to be on my channel. We get Charles on this channel, he'll be like, what the hell just happened? Because I'll be asking him some crazy ass questions. All right, Bitcoin looking pretty good. Are we over? We're over 47,000. Let's freaking go. All right, we're going to do, the reason Bitcoin broke down last week is because we didn't follow what I laid out for you. If we get to 10 likes, I think Bitcoin can hit 48,000. If we get to 20 likes, I think Bitcoin can hit 49,000. And if we get to 50 likes, I think Bitcoin can get to 50,000. This week, the curse will be in effect for the next 24 hours on this video. Let's freaking go. All right, so let's talk about Cardano starting to move. What else do we got going on? Harmony One's doing really well. All right, so let's get into some research. I did start putting down. I've been adding to the research spreadsheet. I've created a Cardano. Man, I feel like I had more than this. Is stuff missing? No, it's not. All right, so here's the Harmony One. Harmony. All right, so pros and cons. I'm down to hear both. And then we can add them to the list. Any ideas you might have for us to add to this stuff so that we can, I want to start building out more deep dives, and it's just a really good way to stay in tune, stay in touch. We can go back and reference and things like that. So I did start it with Cardano and Harmony One. I did a poll. If you had 100K, would you buy Harmony One or Cardano? This channel is obviously very, very heavily Harmony One influenced. Harmony One's destroying Cardano right now. All right, so pros. Charles Hoskinson, one of the smartest people in crypto, mathematician, co-founder of Ethereum, probably one of the top, more knowledgeable subject matter experts in cryptocurrency. He's a good programmer. He knows math. All around smart. Everything you might not agree with some of his views, and there's times where Charles Hoskinson, right? Charles Hoskinson, very outspoken. You either love him or hate him, and hate runs deep. Hoskinson can be oh yeah, yeah, Nigel, we're on the same page. I get it, bro. I get it. All right, so too, because he's considered to be by many a douche. Yeah, again, he's very outspoken, very opinionated. When you're very opinionated and you don't agree with his opinion, so I'm assuming you're in that camp, Nigel. What is it about Charles Hoskinson you don't like? I'm curious. I mean, I would have some ideas, and sometimes it's not a good look with him, right? I agree, but I mean, if you sit down and look at yourself in the mirror, I'm very, very situationally aware. I could sit myself down in the mirror and say, man, I'm fairly opinionated, and I say some things, and there's probably plenty of people out there that think I'm a douche. Right? And yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So number 2 combines the best of Bitcoin and Ethereum, uses the Bitcoin UTXO accounting model, the extended universal transaction output, and smart contracts created by Ethereum. Ethereum uses the accounting-based model. I've kind of covered this a bit in the past. I'm by no means an expert when it comes to UTXO, but my research keeps coming back to the same conclusion that it probably is superior. So the accounting-based model, something costs $75. You send them exactly $75. For whatever reason, the problem with this model is it could cause transactions to fail. Things like that. With UTXO, you could send them, for example, 80 Cardano and get 5 Cardano back. And that's quite often. I'm assuming while you see a lot of these Cardano projects, even the drip thing where you can earn some free coins that I posted in the Discord last night, you send them 5 Cardano and they send you 3 Cardano back. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. So there's some cons, I guess. Like you end up having these locked Cardano that you kind of have to be, you have to know about them and you have to unlock them. Hopefully they have better processes with that going future. I mean, so I guess I could put that as a con too. UTXO model, UTXO is a bit more complicated and involves unlocking locked data. Aurora Boris consensus, the proof of stake protocol I'm putting this as a pro. It's heavily emphasizes security and decentralization. Yeah, that's what I have so far for Cardano. I guess I didn't put a whole lot of thought into this one right now. All right, so right now, another con is smart contracts aren't viable till Plutus application back in. Should be soon. Anunnaki, how you doing, bro? I don't really feel either way about him. I just see oh yeah, there's definitely excuse me, there's definitely yeah, jewel to the moon, bro. Jewel to the effing moon. Eventually I'm gonna have to take some profits over there. Yeah, I can totally get why people don't like him. He can be, you know, the problem is extremely, anyone that's extremely opinionated is going to have people that don't like him. And he definitely is 1,000,000% decentralization. He was very anti when Ethereum had their issue or whatever, exploited or whatever. I don't hacked. I don't, you know, I don't remember all the details. Some people wanted to fork Ethereum, and that's what Ethereum became today. They forked Ethereum, rolled back the transactions, and he's like, "No, this is BS." And you know, but we're talking like him, Gavin Wood, and Vitalik. You know, some probably the three of the smartest bros in crypto. You know, big egos, all of them, big egos, button heads, wanting things their own way. All very smart people, pioneers. There should be a Mount Rushmore with those three on it. Who do we add? Dr. Stephen Tsai. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness, frogs. Yeah, I love me some Dr. Stephen, Dr. Steph. But is he a pioneer? I mean, we're talking me pioneers: Gavin Wood, Charles Hoskinson, Vitalik Buterin. We need a fourth, though. I'm not sure who the fourth would be. I'm all ears. Vitalik's mom, she's got it going on. All right. Any more pros or cons we can think about on this one? Yeah, I can definitely add some pros. I'm all ears on the cons because we got a lot of Cardano bashing going on around this bitch. So I bring him at me. Bring him at me. All right. Pro. Tremendous community support. 70% plus staked. That's also kind of a con because this. All right, so we'll do this. High stake rate causes high volatility. I mean, that's not a huge. How do I spell volatility? I mean, that's not really a huge con to me, but it does cause a lot of volatility. It makes it rough. Nimrod, how are you doing? My 88. What? How, bro? Yeah, that con doesn't move. It has definitely been a stable coin as of late. I mean, that's just one of those complaints, not a con. Andre Cron is on that Mount Rushmore of crypto. Who's that, bro? What did he do? I mean, I don't claim to be a subject matter expert at all things crypto. So if I should know who this is, my apologies. Andre Cron. Hopefully it was a small amount, Nimrod. Was it all your ADA? Or were you in a bad project? Did you think your seed phrase got hacked? Andre Cron. He's tweeting about single moms making $375 an hour. Obviously, that ain't the same. Oh, Crane. If this is the dude from that crypto you were talking about yesterday, DeFi architect. Let's see. The Yearn Finance guy. Yeah, he's got something else going on too right now, doesn't he? Is he Phantom? Is he the Phantom bro too? Arbex. So was it all your ADA or just some of it? Man, you got to be careful with, especially all this stuff on Cardano right now. Wait, bro. Don't. Degen Arbex Finance rug. I don't even know what that is. Was that even on Cardano? Arbex Finance. Arbitrage earning is a yield platform on Binance. Oh, on Binance. Yeah, Binance should be renamed Binance Rug Pool Chain. Like 80% plus. I completely stopped doing any type of DeFi over there, and the only DeFi I would do. Oh, Bitcoin 40. Bitcoin's pumping, guys. Where are we at on the likes? You need seven more likes. We're not going to break 48K. So the only DeFi I would even touch on Binance right now is PancakeSwap. Other than that, please do not financial advice. You do what you want to do. But my apologies, Nimrod. I'm sorry to hear that. We're all eventually going to get rugged in one form or the other. Just minimize your risk when you, especially things like that. Just small amounts. Small amounts you can add to it over time. The only DeFi that I have ever continued to grow in confidence with over time has been DeFi Kingdoms. There's a lot of good stuff on Ethereum, but I just don't want to pay those fees. There's a lot if you're in the multimillionaire status, and it's scary though. Like, to me, how much money would I have to put even like a few $100,000 into DeFi over on Ethereum? Regardless of it being blue chip, this and that, you know, protocols over there still get exploited and hacked all the time. And that's always, or as of right now, that's a huge risk, and it scares the S out of me. So I don't know. I could have $10 million in the bank, and maybe I would throw a few $100,000 on Ethereum. I want to ape into all my dollars. I want to ape it into things like Anchor Protocol or potentially like Liquid Finance when it comes on Cardano. But it's very early to this game, so you just got to be careful. You got to be patient. Try not to get greedy, right? I get greedy all the time. I'm like 20%, 20 freaking percent on my dollar. Yeah, why would I use a bank at all? Well, the bank insures it, right? The bank uh, Anchor gets hacked and it's gone. I don't think Anchor's going to rug pull or anything, but they can most definitely get exploited. Just recently, they had an issue where they had a glitch and people got liquidated and lost a lot of money. And I'm not sure what the total outcome of that was. It was up to the community, and that this is the Charles Hoskinson way of life. That's DeFi. If you lose it, tough shit, right? That is what this is all about. It's a tough stance. I kind of live life by, there's trade-offs to everything. There's no perfect solutions. You just have to pick the solution that works best for you. So I'm not sure that, and they had a vote. I'm not sure that turned out. Me personally, I would have liked to seen them handle it in a better way. I didn't vote though, so what can I do? ETH is definitely more secure. It's one of the reasons ETH has been around the block for a while. The coding is much more mature. The smart contracts are a lot more mature. Most of the stuff that comes out, they're clones of Ethereum, right? And if the teams that don't clone it stay on it, you know what I'm saying? Like the best Solidity developers and teams are over on Ethereum. And then you got a bunch of people, Solidity weekend warriors like me. I just started learning Solidity and it's fascinating. By this time in 6 months, if I stick to it, I'm confident that I could probably clone something over on Ethereum and throw it up on Harmony or Matic or whatever. And that's a lot of what we see and no offense to these teams, right? It's an early developing system. So there's going to be a lot of cash grabs and rug pulls because there's a lot of money out there. And that's the sad story when it comes to it all. But there's also going to be, some good projects, right? So DeFi Kingdoms, that was a major concern of mine. Was this just a bunch of high schoolers that took a Solidity class, learned how to clone whatever Viper? It's just a Viper clone. I don't know what Viper is a clone. If Viper's a clone of anything, or it was actually a legit build from the ground up. But you can tell the gardens is just the Viper gardens in a little window. So who am I? They're not doxed. So how do I know that these aren't some freaking high schoolers or rug pullers over in China? At the time, I was very, very cautious in the beginning, but they've done a very good job of gaining my trust over time. You can tell that they built out the team, they developed it really well. And, I've said time and time again, the actual mission token has a lot of utility. So that's why there's a lot of interesting DeFi out there right now. I've had my fun, whether you're still in that have your fun stage and, thoughts of making a lot. Most DeFi does not work, does not pan out too well if you stay in it for any length of time and you're at a high risk of getting, a much higher risk of getting rug pull, especially on Binance, is really bad. Polygon, there's a lot of problems. It's starting to happen on Harmony One. These guys move around, man. They just pop things up and throw things at the wall. I'm not saying they're all bad, but a lot of them, it's just like it's people. 9 times out of 10, it's people just wanting to get their bag, right? And it's a fairly easy way to get a bag, right? If you can learn how to clone one of these and you have someone that's really good at Twitter and you can get a few things to go viral and you just add a few little twists and it probably wouldn't be too hard. Like maybe I should do a secret channel like and just video like learning Solidity all the way up to creating a rug pull. But I would never want to do that, right? I would never want to do that. All right. Again, my apologies on that, Nimrod. If you're in the DeFi space, you're going to get rugged. So it's eventually going to happen. I'm waiting to get rugged. I'm not waiting to get rugged. I'm hoping to be the first person on the planet to prove that wrong. And as long as I haven't really gotten into any new DeFi. I'm in DeFi Kingdoms. I'm in Tranquil. I'm in Anchor, and I'm in Fuzz. I think I said, I'm in Wagme DAO. I mean, that's it's not really a rug, but it might as well be at this point. All right, let's get back to the research. All right, so Pro 70% staked. It's also kind of a con. I mean, some of these cons, I'm really reaching deep, guys. So much Cardano hate. Come on, give me a real con, right? There's no real con here that says Cardano's a bad buy, right? I'm waiting for that. At least it didn't even have to be a silver bullet. Give me a bronze bullet. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. They don't have any total value locked. I mean, that's the big one I hear. They don't have any utility. They don't have any total value locked. I can just as easily say those are pros. The fact, how can you just, the cons are this. Here's the cons that people say, and I'm not even going to list them as cons. Fake cons. No one uses it. No one uses it. Which is just a flat out lie. Let's see. There is no TVL. It is a ghost chain. What else do we got? The MC is already very high with nothing there. There we go. So nothing there. What do you mean there's nothing there? That's the con everyone keeps saying. No one can use it. The market cap is too high. All right, so I would list that. That could also be easily listed as a pro. The faith is so high that the market cap, I could word that better. And I'm not going to put this down, but the market cap is high because, again, they have some of the best developers on the planet. Some of the, the Plutus pioneers. It's bleeding edge dev technology. That can be a pro and a con because it does make it slower. People say that the market cap is not that high right now. I mean, even when it was at 100 billion, then it was in too high territory. And so the argument's going to be, How do you justify? I mean, do you say the same thing about Polkadot? Can you justify the is the market cap of Polkadot too high? Both Polkadot and Cardano are two completely different ecosystems, right? Cardano, again, EUTXO ecosystem. Polkadot is a parachain ecosystem. They differ from what or Ethereum and Binance. I'm not sure what Binance is, but so that's why like things like Cosmos is pretty cool. It's a completely different ecosystem. Solana's pretty cool. It's a completely different ecosystem. Again, it's being developed by one of the brightest minds in crypto. Same thing with Polkadot. I don't hear anyone saying how could Polkadot market cap be too high. Polkadot's only 11 billion away from Cardano. You can say the same thing about Polkadot. There's nothing to do over there. There's way more to do on Cardano than there is Polkadot. Hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars are flowing in NFTs on Cardano without smart contracts. It's probably the second biggest NFT space on the, probably third. I don't know. Solana might be beating it out right now. Fortnite, how you doing, brother? You know what I need to remind you because I know you were looking to get a Pavia estate. Be careful. The link. Who the hell are the Link Marines? I know you were looking to get a Pavia estate. Be careful. Word on the street is if you try and buy a Pavia estate in CNFT, they will send you 8 of the parcels, and then they won't send you the 9th, and then they'll jack the price up big time on you. So I guess the way to get that is probably either through the Discord or token, TOKHUN, transactions per second. So Hamza, how you doing? Transactions per second at 270, 2 million transaction latency. All right, so I can address that. I don't know who the Link Marines are. You're talking about like the chain link people? Yeah, I'm not. All right, so slow. So Hamza, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Hamza sounds, that would be a pretty cool nickname for you if it's pronounced Hamza. Did you I have not bought an estate yet. Estates are pretty freaking expensive. I mean, I want one. I'm getting super. Polkadot is like a federation. What do you mean by that? Kinda. Polkadot's use case is going to be much more big time enterprise, big time like Fortune 500 type stuff. They could be like the what am I thinking of? The Dow Jones or the New York Stock Exchange of the future, maybe. All right, so Hamza says transactions per second is 207. Is that true? 270 per second, 2-minute transaction latency. Well, I will say currently, I will allow this currently low TPS, currently low TPS and high latency. So yes, this is kind of a concern, I guess, I'm not going to dismiss it, right? So the deal with them, though, is they're more of a scale up. And does Solana just have another problem? What's the price of Solana doing? Someone tweeted that they just had to like shut down the network again. I don't know if that's true or not. I'll look at Harmony One, 32 cents. Let's freaking go. Solana, P5, Fofana, Solana. All right. Which one do I want to do? This isn't even Solana. Sol. All right. FTX, Solana. I mean, that doesn't look like it. They had to shut down the operations again. So again, Cardano is slow moving. So that's a pro and a con. I mean, slow developing, slow releases, slow release schedule. So slow development, slow moving development. So it's a pro and a con, right? Pro and a con. Oh, I could have just done the whole thing. It happens to be the same number. So they scale up, right? So they brought smart contracts online. When they brought it online, they didn't immediately put it into fifth gear. They put it into first gear, and they're shifting into second. They're shifting into third. They're paying attention to the network traffic, making sure there's no problems, and addressing issues as they come. Versus, a lot of these other chains, they just completely, full throttle, fifth gear, and hit the NOS tank right out of the gate, right? So again, pro and a con. They're building, and it's going to take there's a lot of hype on these chains right now, guys. AVAX, Phantom, Matic, Lottie Dottie. But yeah, if you think any chain out there has already broken some magical code to the trilemma, right, and is really this special coin that's just going to come out of nowhere and be an Ethereum killer, it's likely not going to happen, right? The Ethereum team and the Cardano team probably have the best developers on the planet, bar none. So they're much slower and mature. It's easy to get impatient. You got to think long term. I'm not saying some of these other chains won't be successful. There's room at the table for numerous of these to eat. Some of them will be, specialized in certain areas. Like right now, Luna is amazing. It's blowing up, but the price on Luna is very dependent upon UST, right? The more UST that is put into circulation, the more Luna is burnt. So that's the reason Luna's skyrocketing. UST is amazing. I love UST. UST is my favorite. What happens when there's a liquidity crisis or a market crashes? People are going to be, I don't know, maybe Luna continues to go up because people just hold their money in UST. That's going to be, it's an interesting use case. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And, Cardano and other, so a lot of chains are working towards getting an algorithmic stable coin. The only one that I've even heard that's just like 9 times out of 10, it's just people with buzzwords are trying to build something. But Cardano has a really strong paper written on the DGED, really solid base white paper, and the Cody team should be bringing that to light. So, I should put that as a con. I mean, a pro. All right, so I'm going to put that as a pro. What's the best way to word this? Algo, very strong. Algo, all right, we're just going to put the JED. I'll try the JED. Very promising algorithmic stable coin. Slow moving. I hope this Harmony pump isn't a dead cat bounce. Solana's, yeah. So I don't think Solana's trash. But I'm not a fan of Solana, mostly because I'm in the Charles Hoskinson camp. I'm in this because of decentralization. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna turn down making money. Obviously, I'm in this to make money too. But decentralization. I'm probably not as hardcore as Charles, but I think a decentralized. Use your decentralization will be a huge part of the future. I don't think one is necessarily, completely better than the other. I think there's going to be, a nice synergy there. But I agree. I definitely agree. It is the most centralized, VC, and it makes total sense that a bunch of billionaires got together and said, let's basically go do a hostile takeover of a coin and then get super rich off of it. And marketing, right? Marketing, advertising, and everyone believes it all. And it's very hyped. It is very hyped. Anyone out, and I'm not trying to S on Solana, right? Most of this stuff is technology. They will find, with technology, you can improve on it, you can iterate, and it's going to get there. But at the end of the day, it's the one, you got to look at the tech. You got to go down to the tech. You got to look at who has the best tech and who has the best teams to develop that tech. And I don't think anyone right now is in the same arena as Polkadot, Cardano, and Ethereum. Now, there's some teams out there I'm not experts on or anything, but these these teams, and this is why I bet heavy on these teams. And then Harmony's up there in my bag, and because the founder is a very smart person, and their team, but their team is nowhere near. They're nowhere near the same level as Cardano and Ethereum. Solana is still, yeah. So Solana is still in beta. I have a feeling this will all dump once it releases on AVAX. So you're thinking DFK? No way, bro. Algorand. There's a lot of people that like Algorand. That's the MIT bro, right? I don't know much about Algorand. All right. So this is good for Cardano. Let's move on to Harmony One. We can add to this again anything you guys can think of. So I am gonna point out that there's a lot of hate on Cardano. No real reason. No one uses it. Is not true. There's no TVL. Actually, there is. There's about $1 million worth of TVL. They're actually on DeFi Llama. They're like 180 on the list. It's a non. All right. So once Plutus application backend comes online and Sunday Swap comes online, if those flop and the other dexes that come online with them flop, then I'm wrong, and you guys, then you can say no one uses it, it's garbage, it's a ghost chain, there's no TVL, right? I will mention it again. Solana took 11 months to go from smart contract to its first DEX and start having TVL. Some AVAX VCs buy Jewel. Yeah, so how big is the so that's a huge concern for me when it comes to these markets in general. And that's why, as much as I've had FOMO on things like AVAX and Phantom, and not necessarily Matic, because I use Matic and it's cool, but I got too much in Harmony. So what's going to happen? AVAX, Phantom, and Matic for sure. They're pumping. They have such high TVL because they incentivize their nutsack off. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars over between the three of them, probably over $1 billion of incentive to go over there and farm. Yeah, AVAX and Phantom, they probably have both cheap gas fees. Matic has cheap. Who doesn't, right? You could throw a rock and hit a smart chain that has low gas fees. What is so special about these chains? Seriously, tell me. What happens when Ethereum solves that problem? I don't know how much gas fees are going to go down with Ethereum 2.0, how that's going to play out, but it's going to still be the number one layer one in the market. It is going to be very difficult to dethrone that one. I think Cardano has the best chance to do that, but it's not. I'm not by no means saying that I get that that's going to be a tough one to overthrow, but the reason I think Cardano has the best chance to do it, because again, they're coming in with some of the strongest team engineers and technology and community on the planet. Comparable, I think their tech and their engineers are probably brighter than what Ethereum has, to be quite honest. And they have low gas fees, right? They're going to solve these cons that people are talking about, currently low TPS and high latency. Again, they enabled smart contracts. Now they're starting to increase the block size. They really look at the network and what's happening, and they slowly fine tune it and move it up. They are priority number like 1 this year is Hydra scaling. So I need to rewatch his video. There was another thing he talked about, and he said it doesn't matter how much it costs, it will get done this year. right? So hydroscaling's, and you could say, I mean, Ethereum. What's Ethereum's TPS delay, right? It's the number one. So it'll get there. I am sure it will get there. It is tough. Someone mentioned a con is it, what was it? Doesn't go up in value, or it's slow moving price range. It's a patience. It's a game of patience on this one. I am in Cardano because I think in 10 years, these will be the top 5 coins as they sit right now. And I'm not saying in any order. And I'm not going to include Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's obviously going to be in the top 5. The top 5 layer 1 smart chains in the next 10 years, IMO, not in any particular order. It's going to be Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana. What else do we got out there? Maybe Binance. I don't think so. So Polkadot. Those 4 for sure. Maybe Luna. Right now, I'd probably put Luna as the fifth best one. We'll have to see how that one plays out. But I would put them right there. And I'm sorry, guys. Not Harmony One. No. Tom, show your portfolio. I don't know how easily that is. I haven't done this in a while. Let me pull it up. I kind of resigned to the fact that I don't want to do that anymore, but if you ask for it, I will. I don't want to make it look like I'm showing off or anything, but I do like to be very transparent. Let's see. I haven't even opened the spreadsheet in a long time. All right, so that is not right. It's got to update. I wish that total was right. Yeah, not bad. All right. So this is the portfolio. I don't have I can add Jewel here now because Jewel's on CoinGecko, but whatever. So this doesn't include my DeFi Kingdoms. Looking at this portfolio, this is one right here that I'm over Elron, right? I'm probably going to sell this here pretty soon. I mean, I could sell it right now, but I think I hit long-term capital gains here pretty soon. It's only it could get another pump, so I might wait on that one. Engines, Engines cool. I don't have Pavia on here. I have 10,000 Pavia. I don't have Hosky on here, but it's only like $10 worth of Hosky. What else do I not have on here? I think the Cody number is right. I do want to get more Cody. But right now it's I've been buying Sandbox. I don't have a lot, just a couple $100 of Sandbox. Sandbox, Decentraland are the ones that I'll be looking to accumulate over time. I wish I had bought more Decentraland back in the day, man. That one's done really well for me. I've actually sold enough Decentraland to make that one a free ride. Eventually that'll hopefully be the plan with all of them, but yeah. Yeah, add the Jewel. I mean, I can show you. I don't. Uh-oh. Someone's. Shit. All right, someone's having a problem and they're reaching out for help. So I might have to. I don't want to leave him hanging because he's my bro. The future is anything can happen. Yeah. I agree with you 1,000,000% on that. And we are definitely moving into a crypto world. So my kingdom, I mean, problem is I guess maybe I'll add my Joe pretty soon, but personal watch, where we at? Like it's going up, that's for sure. My DeFi Kingdom's liquidity, even without my Gen Zero, is probably another 70,000 in the portfolio. The Gen Zero's rocking about, I don't know, the floor on that 60,000. So I could easily add another 130 grand liquidity to the spreadsheet. But I don't know. I've just always kind of kept DeFi separate. This is, I do have Anchor on there. I actually have more. I haven't added the price to that. I just keep this as my core holdings, right? The DeFi fluctuates too much. So the Jewel, that's going to, and that doesn't even include the unlock. Can you imagine if Jewel's $20, $30, $40, $50 come unlock time and it maintains any kind of price value? Oh my goodness, we're going to be all living on cloud nine then. The big thing to get from this, again, I'm a hodl. Hodl is the model. I don't want to sell, right? Though I understand it's responsible to sell, especially when you're deep in the green, because it is such a risky asset class. But I have the long-term vision, and this is the thing that continues to motivate me, right? So this is the passive income I'm currently earning, excuse me, off all this stuff. This is how much passive income. I mean, 600,000 is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's easy for someone to say, "Oh, yeah, let me just go throw $600,000 into this asset class and I won't be able to sleep at night." But this is my vision. This is what motivates me. It doesn't necessarily have to motivate you. I am looking at crypto will be my job. Crypto will be my job, meaning that I won't have to do shit. Crypto is just going to pay me, right? I eventually, I don't know how long Polkadot's going to pay 12%, Cardano's going to pay 4%, but I think it'll still be paying really well in 4 years. I think Cardano has a really good shot of being $10 in the next, even this year. And that's Moon Boy hype boy shit, but Cardano, if Sunday Swap launch is successful, liquid finance, and all these other things happen, the greed and the money will come. Again, the Cardano float is low, so that price is, most of it's staked. The Cardano price is going to moon, and it's going to moon fast. Now look, I don't know how high it's going to go. Again, it already has a high market cap, but it could get pretty high. But the higher it goes, the sell pressure is going to get insane on it. So to say that it's even going to go to $10 is a little bit, I understand that, because there's a lot of people like me that bought at 50 cents, and there's a ton of people like that were ahead of me. And when they bought Cardano at sub penny, a penny, 2 cents, 3 cents, and it starts clocking like $10, you can bet your ass there's going to be a lot of sell pressure. But, the way I look at this is I'm earning free Cardano every 5 days. I'm earning free Polkadot twice a week. Compounds, I'm earning 12%. And all these coins are likely to 5 or 10x. And that's modest. Very, very freaking modest. And the same with Harmony One, dude. Harmony One is my best monthly passive income. If Harmony One goes to $1, which is chicken effing scratch. That number is actually wrong, though. I'll tell you why in a second. No, actually, it's fairly valid, actually, still. So if Harmony One 3x's and it pays me $2,400 a month, just off that, my fourth biggest bag, dude, that's not bad. I mean, you could be living large in a lot of places around the world. I mean, $2,400 probably would barely get you through a month in Detroit in the United States, but you get what I'm saying, man. So it's not bad. And then if Polkadot is, a 5x from here, there's another $1,500. I'm very, very modest X's here, right? Polkadot 10x and Cardano 10x are much more likely in the next 5 to 10 years. So if Cardano's paying me $3,000 to $5,000-6,000 a month, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I don't want to sell this stuff. It's going to appreciate, and it's going to pay me a nice passive income. I want to get to the point where this stuff is paying me, say, $10,000 a month in passive income. I don't need $10,000. I could definitely live with less than $10,000 a month. The sticky part, I guess, would be healthcare. I'm not really sure how much that would cost me a month, or I don't necessarily know that I would want to be on Obamacare, right? So if I were self-employed, that's stuff that I'm not sure about. But and especially if I could take profits and get a house and just set money aside, like put money aside in Anchor that kind of just pays my mortgage. And so the idea is crypto pays me my monthly passive income, but at least like 30 to 50% of it just keeps going back in, and the other 50 to 70% I can live on, right? And this is just on my stable. This doesn't include the income I'm going to get off things in the future, like DeFi Kingdoms and DeFi in general, but those aren't guaranteed gains, right? You could definitely lose money that way. And you could also, Cardano can have a double spin, or Polkadot could have a black swan event, and there's risks there, right? And that's why you would diversify into other areas, real estate, real estate, and things like that. I did not DCA in, so I bought Decentraland very early on, like at a less than $1. What was yeah, look at my average cost. That's how early I am to things, guys. I was Decentraland at 36 cents. Congratulations for finding the most legit, big baller, shot caller, stock and crypto YouTube channel on the planet. I was making videos on Decentraland saying I think Decentraland can go as high as $10 this year. And I had a good thesis behind it. And I try not to make these high price. Yeah, I would put them in the titles and stuff. Yeah, you got to play the game a little bit. I really do think Decentraland could see, and I don't even know that I thought this year. I think in like the next 4 years, I put that because of what I thought was coming with the metaverse. I could see it coming, and I much higher conviction on it now than ever, especially with the likes of Facebook coming into it. And there's a huge rush to metaverse right now. Again, I'll say it again. You pick the right plays in the metaverse, it will make you a freaking fortune. It's not going to be an easy ride. It is not going to be an easy ride. You're going to have to deal with likely the same kind of volatility and, years of pain with like the early Bitcoin and early Ethereum. And so if Bitcoin crashes, man, these metaverses, it'll be interesting. I could be wrong. There's so much hype and institutions behind them, but then now you're fighting centralized versus decentralized. So these could get hit hard. But if you pick the right projects, I mean, crypto's hard in general, guys. You have to have. Well, there's two different ways. There's a few different ways, but when you're betting on things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, if you don't have long-term HODL, big nut sacks, you're likely not going to make it. If you try and swing trade it, you're likely going to fail. I'm not saying that some people can't pull it off, but it's probably one of the harder things in life to pull off, to be able to buy crypto low and sell high. Typically, you end up FOMOing in at highs and panic selling out at lows. Sandbox is the one I'm currently dollar cost averaging into just to stay engaged. I love the Sandbox. I want to add it to my bag. If I were to take profits, and it's on my radar to take profits, just to have some cash, some diversity. Cash is king and all that. And, eventually I do think there's going to be a pullback and the opportunity to buy back in cheaper, right? A really good opportunity to buy back in cheaper. I will be you've seen, this is my core. I'm not really looking, like Phantom and Cardano are on my radar to buy, but I'm not over the moon on either. And the only reason I want to buy Cardano is because I think it's beaten down really low right now. I think there's a really good chance it'll get another momentum wave. And I think there's a decent chance, like, Gemini or Coinbase or someone will list them. It would just be a speculative play. I haven't read their white papers. I haven't done a bunch of DYOR on them. There's nothing about Cardano that I'm over the moon. It's the next Solana. I mean, the next Solana, guys. It's just like in the stock market, NEO's the next Tesla. No, Tesla's the next Tesla, right? So it's just going to be this other highly speculative play. If you can find the right gaming plays that you think you hear that are going to get listed on KuCoin and things like that, you can speculate into them. Long story short, I will be looking to take profits at a certain point. Cody's doing pretty good. It was beaten down pretty low. I buy $50 of Sandbox in Binance every week. I want more. I want land in Decentraland. I want land in Sandbox, but it's very expensive. So I'm waiting for blood in the streets over there. Optimally, I'll take like 30 to 40% of my crypto off the board at a certain point this year. If it looks like we've hit a blow off top or we're reaching highs. I do have a plan in effect where I'll be selling Bitcoin and then be looking to put that money into Ethereum, Cardano, maybe even Solana, Polkadot, if it looks like we're having that one last altcoin push, just very quick for like a day or two, and hopefully taking profits on that, maybe putting it into things like Harmony and Phantom and AVAX, because it rolls downhill. The big smart, and I'm not saying it will play out this way this time again, but it likely will, because greed, right? Greed. So it's going to go from Bitcoin to Ethereum and Cardano and Solana and whatever else is like in the top 10 or 20. They pump that up and you get everyone to FOMO into that, and then the smart money dumps that back on their faces, and then they pump up the smaller and smaller. So I do have a plan ready where I just kind of try and front run and ride that wave, but I'm not trying to get too fancy here. Jewel is $22. Oh, nice. Reel's getting smashed. I'm looking to pick that one up for sure. Oh wow, Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite's the real diamond nuts, guys. He's like I don't know, 17, 20, no, 21. What are you, 19 years old? And freaking, he went green eggs and ham and has been holding his crypto for, right? Fortnite's going to be the big well of this channel for sure. Oh, nice. All right, what's the price of really at? Jewel's at $22. All right, Neo. Nah, Neo is not the next Tesla. I actually, there's things about the battery replacement plan I actually kind of like. Tesla dismissed it because it wasn't very cost efficient. So robo taxis are a very interesting concept. If Neo can pull off full self-driving too, it's a novel concept. The future of cars, guys, is most people probably aren't even going to own cars. You're probably going to be priced out of them. Like the big money's going to own the cars, and everything's just like, you need to do something, you just hit your app, you're going to have a car there ready, chilling and waiting for you to take you wherever you want to go, and it's going to be super cheap. It's going to be probably way more cost efficient to just rent cars. And I'm not saying this is happening like 2024. We're talking like 10, 15, 20 years out, right? So how does a like, that is interesting, right? If you have a Neo, that thing can go drive around, and then it needs more juice. It just drives up to a battery changing station. 5 minutes later, it drives on, right? It could be fully automated. I'm not sure how Tesla solves that, because if you own a bunch of full self-driving, they're going to have to come up with a way to address that. Because if you own a Tesla and you just send it off to be a robo-taxi, well, what is it? When it charges, it's going to require someone to plug it in. So it's still going to, unless they come up with some kind of like robot arm, and you know what I'm saying, on the chargers, I'm sure they'll figure something out. I think there's going to be businesses, if you can think ahead, like car washes dedicated to just keeping, full self-driving cars clean and all that. All right. Hey, yo, Casca, how you doing? Yeah, so that concerns me too. That's a valid point. Tesla has this new, like, the batteries are basically just like, it's like part of the chassis, right? How screwed is anyone if they have battery failures? It's supposed to be a lot more stable and a lot safer the way they do it, but yeah, that's a good point, and that is a concern of mine. What happens? What happens if there was a Rich Rebuilds. I don't know if you guys watch him. He's definitely a funny guy, but like, he replaced the batteries on a Tesla, and it wasn't even the ones I think built into the chassis, and Tesla wanted to charge him like $20,000 for it. Neo is insanely undervalued, also considering they've been smashing deliveries. Yeah. So don't get me wrong, I made a lot of money on Neo in 2020. I was buying Neo. I did videos, guys. I did videos on Neo. I definitely was very pro Neo. I made 2 or 3x on Neo. You have a big bag. You have a big bag of Neo or a big bag of Tesla? The thing that scares me the most about Neo right now is the whole China problem. Like, you could get rug pulled on Neo. That's too much risk for me, dog. Too much risk. And then there's the whole, you want to talk about like potential, like, because the way they do that was setting up a holding company in the Caribbean or somewhere, Cayman Islands. I don't freaking know. You don't really own the stock, right? And So that's a situation. That's a wild west for sure. Big bag of Neo Tesla. Nah, dude, are you crazy? Tesla. I made a video at the end of 2021, trades of the decade. I would change this, but it was Bitcoin, Tesla, and Square. I still love all three of those plays, but I would change it to trades of the decade. I would change it to Cardano. I'm just playing, guys. I had to do it. It would be Ethereum, Tesla. Like, to me, those are no brainers. There's a lot I would put in, like I would consider for the third spot, but Tesla and Ethereum, not financial advice. Solid, very solid trade. And I'm not saying Tesla will have the most appreciating asset over the next 10 years. I'm just saying Tesla and Ethereum, you could put your money into that. You could sleep at night. They're both volatile, right? Like Tesla can move up and down. It had gone from 1200 down to 700. That's not a lot of fun. That's a lot of volatility. Ethereum could 90% down, but if you can hodl through both of those, they're fairly, they're blue chip IMO, and you're going to make a lot of money. Tesla's 1.2 trillion dollar company. Full self-driving is going to be worth billions and billions and billions, probably $1 trillion alone in the future of income revenue. It's you just software. You just make really, and they're close to cracking full self-driving. There's supercomputers coming, and that's just one revenue stream. They're going to have entertainment packages in the Tesla. There is so much coming with them. The battery storage and power division of Tesla is expected to at least be the same as the car. The car is completely separate too, right? They're on pace. The Tesla, which one is it? Yeah, the China factory's on pace alone, I think this year, to do 1 million deliveries, right? Yeah, I don't know how much supply chain is going to affect that, but they have like 4 or 5 factories now. The Texas one is practically done. That one's going to be delivering like crazy. Their margin is insane on cars. They have these single dies. I don't know if you're aware of their single die system. I think it's the model. Which model is it? The X? I believe it's the X. Maybe the Model 3. I don't know. It does almost the whole front end or the back end, and they continue to develop these. So it's very easy for them to pump out these things, right? At a very, very high margin. 25 to 30% continue to expect to go up on their cars, just on their cars. That doesn't include the full self-driving package that you can get either on a subscription of like $200 a month or buy it at $10,000, and those things are going to go up in price over time a lot. So again, and then whatever else they come out with, Tesla is going to be a multi-trillion, $5 to $10 trillion company, in my opinion. Not financial advice, in the next 5 to 10 years. Nah, it's not too pumped up. It's trading fairly rich, forward earnings, but no one's in the same ballpark as them right now. And again, there's room to eat, and there's competitors coming, Lucid, and who else do we got out there? The Rivian truck so far is doing pretty good, but I don't think anyone, I think they're going to be the first to really get full self-driving. And again, they have the best engineers. Actually, they have the second best engineers on the planet. But I don't know, Sandy, what's his last name? Sandy Monroe. Have you ever watched any of his videos, Retro? I highly recommend that you do, especially when he's talking about Tesla. He is probably the, bar none, hands down, leading automotive manufacturing expert on the planet. He never bought, as far as I know, he's never bought in a stock in his life. Guess what he owns a shit ton of, and even at these high prices? If you guess Tesla, you guess right. And that dude, you don't fade Sandy Monroe. You don't fade Sandy Monroe. Yeah, I know. I love that guy. All right, so let's get to, oh Christ, it's 7:42. All right, we're going to have to we're going to be doing these research models for a while. So we've had. I'm a little disappointed in you guys. You know, all this Cardano FUD you guys have, you didn't really bring any. You know, your biggest, and it's just a complaint. I have the same complaint. The biggest gripe is the well, the biggest gripe is it's what is it? It's I'm brain fart. I mean, one complaint is how can you justify the market cap, and the other complaint is the price. The price is too low. It's not moving up fast enough. You can't have your cake and eat it too on that one. You didn't really bring any like groundbreaking cons right now, right? And I'm not really expecting the same thing in Harmony One. So let's quickly get into this one. So I've already put quite a bit of emphasis in this one. Dr. Stephen say, anyone help me out here? Is it Sai, right? Does have a PhD in cryptography, parts of the Google Map team, sold startup to Apple and worked for Apple. Another claim this is a very ambitious claim, 2-second finality. This is just, don't hate me guys. This is just one of those buzzwords. Finality is a very big deal, but all these chains have the technology to bring the finality down. 2-second finality, working on 1 second. Now, this is their boldest claim, touts 10 million TPS. That's all back of the napkin math, right? Cardano touts 1 million TPS, and 1 million TPS is way more than what's really needed at this day and age, right? Or anytime in the near future. We know that they don't have 10 million TPS right now. So it's EVM compatible. That's a pro. That's also kind of a con because there's EVM compatible smart chains right now are a dime a dozen. They're a smart chain and they're building bridges to all chains. That is a huge pro for me. They're not the only one doing this though. So I really like that philosophy of being the bridge to all chains. And if they're the number one that pulled that off, all the better for them. $300 million incentive program for bounties, grants, and DAOs. That is a pro, but it's also kind of a con maybe that, you know, they didn't incentivize DeFi enough. And yeah, I put that down below. Number 6, lack of DeFi incentives comparable to others like Phantom, Matic, and AVAX. Again, though, that could be a pro, right? If they can build up good market cap and good value and TVL without huge incentives, that just shows you how strong the system is. And I don't have the same concerns I do with Phantom, Matic, and AVAX. Like, all right, yeah, the incentives are gone. There's no real good DeFi over here. I'm bouncing to. We're gonna eventually see a lot of this. Like, some shiny new chain's gonna come up. They're gonna incentivize a lot. And the smart chain just wants to hold on to, you know, as much network effect as possible after these incentives dry up, or maybe they add, right? Maybe they double down with some more and they extend the run a little bit. But these are the long-term things that I like to think about how much it's going to affect my investment. Again, I'm a long-term investor, right? I do have money set aside for DeFi, 5-10%, right? It's grown more because DeFi kingdoms are just out of freaking control. But I have that set aside because it soothes that itch of me wanting to trade, wanting to be engaged, wanting to make moves. And DeFi is a lot of fun and it's a way of diversity, right? I can go on and on. But at the end of the day, my core holdings is all about long-term mentality. So I want to get into these coins that I think are going to be long-term successful. It doesn't mean I won't cut bait. I am fully capable of cutting bait on Harmony One or even Cardano if I think the bridge is over. I don't think the bridge is anywhere close to being over on either one of them. So solid team. Now, I think I put this in Cardano. If I didn't, I need to. Amazing team. Amazing team. Like, amazing team. Some of the best in crypto. Now, you might not agree with me. You might say that's opinion based. I can't argue with you, right? It's not like, but this is a great team. I don't know a lot about some of the people I see, you know, talking about Harmony One and DYOR on them and this and that. But so far, I've seen a very solid team. I love the fact that you can get into their Discord. If you're trying to develop, they will help you even get into these incentive programs and get some money to develop. a very loving community. I will say there's a lot. You could put a Venn diagram of people in Cardano and a Venn diagram of people in Harmony. There's a huge overlap. There's a lot of people that are in both and they love both. I think the people on the smarter side of those Venn diagrams are in my camp saying, we believe Cardano is one of the better smart chains on the planet. We believe Harmony One's an up and comer. We see a lot of greatness there, but at the end of the day, Cardano is the better smart chain of the two right now. I'm not saying Harmony. I need to calm down, right? But right now, Cardano is the better of the two. Crypto kind of runs, it runs on sentiment a lot. Is Meta still rocketing? Nigel was around earlier. All right, so low gas fee. Cardano has low gas fee. Harmony One has tremendously low gas fee. But who doesn't these days, right? And I believe around 45% of it's staked on validators. Cons, it is very, very decentralized. They're having massive, these are like, these are somewhat heavy cons. Now, to be fair, the Cardano, it's slow and high latency right now. Yes, but also at the same time, it's not, they don't have they don't have it all turned up. So it's a con with an asterisk right now. We have to see where they set with once they, they increase the block size, they turn things up, they ratchet things up, and these things come online. I will not be surprised to see there continue to be issues with Cardano for a while because there's going to be, we're talking about, way more people is going to be on the Cardano network than the Harmony, like a factor of like a ridiculous amount, millions versus whatever Harmony has, right? So there's going to be a lot more pressure on the Cardano network. So just keep all that in mind. They're both going to be cons for both systems for a while. This is crypto, guys. This is a very early tech. It's going to take a while for them to adjust and fine tune. So these are going to be cons for just about every chain out there. Solana, Ethereum, pick me a coin that just balls to the walls, not having problems, right? But it's all basically the same underlying technology with a few twists here and there and a few changes on the marketing slide. The RPC issues are massive. Hopefully the Pocket Network can help with that. This is a huge con. It's very hard for validators, young validators, extremely difficult. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, to be quite honest. And it's a very expensive endeavor. So I keep hearing that they got programs coming out. This is going to be what's required. They're going to need to make it easier for people to get their validator. It's infuriating to me that I can't participate in rewards, right? I feel somewhat bad even asking for people to delegate to my validator because you're doing it for decentralization. Unfortunately, we're in this to make some money. So that's why I do say my validator is listed below, 1,000 at a time. Hopefully we can get there soon. It will always be my goal to keep my fee very low. I really just want it to pay for itself and be part of the Ian. How you doing, brother? Ian Tubby and Kurt. Good morning, Kurt. All right, so it's a very young smart chain. These smart chain, again, it's very early to all of them, so it's going to take some time. There's a lot of time left on the table for these things to mature and be successful, or just flat out fail. Another con, DeFi Kingdoms is keeping this shit. That was an accident. I meant to say ship. I said the SHIT word. DeFi Kingdoms is keeping they both. No, I'm kidding. So it's the ship. It's keeping the ship afloat for the most part. It's 69%. 68 point some percent of the dominance in the TVL. Again, I love Harmony One. I'm betting on Harmony One because I think it has good tech. I think it has a great team. I think it has a great community. And I think it's going to be successful. I do not think Harmony One has a chance of making it into the top 5, though, right? It just has a chance to have a very nice seat at the table. It's going to be a great way for you to be in like Cardano and possibly move through it and hold some money there and move over to Luna and put some UST or move up, go from there, use the bridge to get over to Polkadot. But eventually these bridges are going to come online that people are going to build bridges to go from Cardano straight to. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Just kind of keep all that long-term thing in mind. And then I already mentioned this. They lack DeFi incentives comparable to others. Again, that can be somewhat of a pro too. Anyway, that's all I have on this. I will be looking to add more research templates to this as we dive deeper into these coins. We can, whatever, I can put some polls up going forward, whatever you guys want to do with. I want to do it with games. Again, beating a dead horse. I'm focusing very heavily on not buying right now. Like it's taking every ounce of my willpower not to continue to buy into coins right now, because I love the space in general and I think it's going to the moon, but I'm just trying to be patient and really trying to snipe amazing value right now. I would love if you guys find the next smart chain that's going to incentivize and blow up like FTM Matic or AVAX, let me know, because I'll ape. That's the kind of thing. Well, hell yeah, I'll ape $1,000 or $2,000 into that. Just as a, that is a proven formula. I don't care how centralized they are, decentralized they are, whether they're VCs, whether a bunch of D-bags running. They're incentivizing. People are going to be greedy. They're going to ape in. I'm going to just buy this coin, and I'm going to let it 10 or 20x. Right? I'm looking for great values like that too. ADA versus 1. Jewel key. Let's take a look at the price of Jewel. ADA versus 1. So is that a question, or can you share these Excel files? Yeah, so I'm in the process. I will make this public. I haven't quite figured out how I want to. I think I'm just going to create a Google account that I never check, and then just list the link. So this isn't the plan. Again, any suggestions you guys have, post in the comments or just in the chats or whatever. Hey, we need to add this to the spreadsheet. If anyone can take it and even make it a cooler, better template and then send it back to me, that would be freaking amazing. This is a long-term grind, guys. We're going to get a lot of value out of this just by learning the systems, learning what makes things go up, what goes down, learning the technology in general, right? This is the thing that gets me out of bed. I love learning about all this different blockchain technology. What UTXO was. I didn't know what UTXO was a few months ago. Now I won't. You can't get me to shut up about it. DAGs. You like DAGs? No, but I like caravans more. I mean, I didn't know. I had heard it. I think the first time I heard DAG is when Raw George was. He probably got paid by that one crypto. Don't get me wrong. I love George, but he's getting paid. Let me tell you that. He pumped that one that the Air Force was getting in. It's even part of his portfolio, if I remember. I never really heard of what a DAG was. So, and I will say Charles talked about DAGs in his last whiteboard, and it's something they considered. So I am extremely bullish on Pavia. Yeah, Ian. Yeah, I did that one the other day, and I forget who it was. I think Nigel or someone caught it. Yeah, I love that movie. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. I've seen that movie so many times. Let's see what's Pixel in the house. How you doing, brother? Let's see what's going on with Jewel. It's exciting, I'll tell you. Everyone's in a great mood because Jewel's going to the moon. All right, I'm gonna have to log in because of a computer reboot. Oh my goodness, I gotta go to work, guys. I gotta go to freaking work. It sucks. I want to do this all day long. Dude, I could do this all day long so easily. All right, I'm in beta. I'm a beta. Jewel, let's freaking go, baby. Yep, Harmony 1, take your time. Crap chain, garbage chain. Can't do anything on it. I'm kidding. Calm down. All right. $22. Oh, when do I take profits, guys? 25? 25, maybe I'll sell like 200 jewels. I got to start taking a few slices off here and there again. I got $8,000 in Anchor freaking. It's painful though. I don't know that I want to take it out of the bank. I don't want to lose my jewels. I might take it out of the liquidity. I've done the math, and so one thing I discussed. Oh, this is important, guys. Hopefully you stuck around for this. Yesterday I was talking about how much crystal you can earn, And so, we did the math. So for like every 26 joules, you get a crystal. It dawned on me later, just hanging out in Discord and talking about this. There's only a quarter of amount of crystal compared to the amount of joules. So 125 million crystal, 500 million joule. So theoretically, these two should end up pegging because of arbitrage. Like if there's more opportunity, people are going to bridge over to AVAX and everything's going to eventually even out. And you're going to have bots arbitraging and all this. So the theoretical fiat, I'm just theorizing. I could be wrong on this, but the theoretical fiat value should be comparable between the two. So when I did the math and I was going to get like 100 or 80, it'll probably go down. It's more. So there we did. About an hour and a half in before I let a little burp out. So theoretical value, I said something like I'm going to have like 80 joules or 80 crystal based off my TVL in the bank. And if that was at like $30, it would, or $20, it'd be like $1,600. Actually, I think it would be 4x that because there's 1/4 of the supply. Theoretically, if the price of jewel is $20, the price of crystal should be 80. Now I could be way wrong. Don't hold me to that, right? It could be more. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I discussed this yesterday. I'm definitely going to be exiting a lot, if not all of my jewel, right? Once the unlock starts happening, the OGs we'll have to see what incentives, how they can continue and incentivize it. What incentive do I have to be, unless the EV is still there with mining jewel? Because I'm going to have 21,000 and growing, probably like 25,000 joules by then, ready to go. Like, how many joules do I need? You know what I'm saying? I'll have more than enough joules to play the game and continue to earn from the game and be profitable for the game. So it's going to take a lot for me not to just exit most of my current liquidity. And I can continue, so I can unlock jewels and have jewels to play the game. I don't know what rate it's going to unlock. These are all things we don't know. It could be a very slow unlock. The team's not stupid. So the team is not going to be just like, okay, you had 21,000 jewels on this unlock day. Here's 50% of it. No, right? It's probably going to be and it may even be in the white papers. I don't know. But if I can exit most of my liquidity and I'm still, if enough jewels are unlocking for me to play the game plus some, right? There's no real clear cut answer to that anyway. Yeah, Pavia pump. I mean, it'll probably pull back. All right, real quick. We got to get to work. All right, so 46.8 on the Bitcoin. Solana, are we getting a little chilly? We're getting a little chilly dipper back in the market. I mean, Bitcoin's up 400. Ethereum's 38.50 and moving strong. I think we're going to see a little Cardano pump today. It's $1.33. Harmony One, 32.5 cents, guys. Harmony One's winning today for sure. I have 21K locked jewels. And you can't afford like a floor. Yeah, man, they're not cheap, bro. Unfortunately, they're not cheap. I do have a small account. I put $250 into it. So if you can't afford to get a hero, put as much, and this is not financial advice, because if you can't, you know what I'm saying? If you can't afford a hero, I don't know what your financial situation's like. And then just saying put money into a liquidity pool over here, it is DeFi. If you can't afford to lose the money, don't get into DeFi kingdoms at all, period. So you know, if you have a long-term vision, you can put $250 or $500 in a liquidity pool, earn a decent amount of jewel, have a decent amount of lock jewel coming up come the unlock period, and then maybe you'll be able to, you know, get some fortunes off the game. But this is unfortunately, and this is crypto in general, but DeFi, like much more so than ever. If you can't afford to lose, and you can most definitely lose when it comes to DeFi, unfortunately, just avoid it. Wait, you have 900 joules? Oh, you have 19 joules in the bank? Good. What do you mean? Fortnite has 900 joules and you say he went hard? Psh, psh. I went hard on jewels, so much to the fact that I got a loan out. That's why I need to take some profits. All right, guys. I'm going to do this move. I am already late for work. Oh, this was so much fun today. We're gonna do this. I will be back tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. PST. Be there, or you're gonna be square. Love you all, and deuces.